welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, the T's in the lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. All right, give it a stretch. Okay, I'm sore. All right, welcome back. Welcome back to untilit.works. A thing I made mostly for myself to be able to work on projects that I've been meaning to work on, because I'm the type of person, if I don't make time, I'll never find time. And by doing untilit.works, it allows me the opportunity to set aside a few hours to be able to kind of like just focus and work on things I've been meaning to work on, or at least kind of like get me going and get the momentum going to be able to work on more stuff, and just, doing a little bit at a time, and, you can accomplish a lot of things when you put it all together. So untilit.works consists of ciphers, and a cipher is a 3-hour block of time. Within each cipher, there are sessions. There's a work session and a break session. Work sessions are like 45 minutes, heads down, work on your work on, trying to make some progress. And break sessions are these, where I'll pop up on the video to remind you to take a break. You can get up, walk around, drink some water, and or sit here, watch me talk about something I found interesting on the internet. The whole point is to not let your mind not focus on the thing you're just working on, and kind of give it a chance to relax. Now, like I mentioned, I'll pop up in here on the screen, but if you ever come to the site and we're in the middle of a break session, the video may look like it's frozen, and that's because browsers don't allow for autoplay video with audio. And that's why the notice there is saying may need to click play to start the stream. Next to that is the open close caption button. I'm using the speech recognition API that's built into Chrome browsers to turn my speech into text. So if you click that button, a space will open up next to the video, and hopefully the words I'm saying will be transcribed accurately and placed in that space. Then there's two buttons. Don't worry about them. They're broken. I'll fix them at some point. Then there's a countdown timer, counting when the next break session happens. When the break session ends. And then if you'd like to join to chat or ask questions, there's a link to do that also. It is so hot outside, and I think they're saying like the humidity is gonna make it feel like triple digits and stuff. So yesterday, on my way to the station, like I totally forgot like the passcode to get into the room and everything. My brain was overheated. It was a lot. So yeah, fun times. But with that being said, now let me show y'all what the work session looks like. No, that's not that one here. Share my screen real quick. All right, so this is similar to what the work session will look like, the screen. In the upper right-hand corner, if you check out subscribe, it has a list of all the upcoming ciphers you can subscribe to get notified when we go live. On the left is an audio player, so you'll listen to some tunes while you're working on what you're working on. You can do that there. We have the to-do section towards the center. You put here towards the bottom, put in your task, hit enter or the plus button, and it'll add it to the list. Now you can edit the task by clicking the text. You can delete it by clicking the X button, or if you want to mark it complete, click the checkbox. That'll then send it to the done section. If you click that header done, it'll show you all the things you got completed. You click that Twitter icon, it'll open up Twitter in a brand new tab, and it'll pre-populate a tweet listing out all the things you got completed. So for me, it's a nice like visual way of seeing that I got some stuff done, feeling good going into the week. Over here in the right column, at the top, we have a countdown timer, counting when the next break session happens. Again, that's like 15 minutes after the hour. Then view tutorials. So if you don't have a particular thing that you've been meaning to work on, but you still kind of want to feel productive, well, I have links. But you don't know where to start. And you heard that web development sounds pretty good, right? Well, I have links to Free Code Camp and the Odin Project. And from what I've seen from the curriculum and what people have told me that have gone through them, I think if you take those curriculum and complete them, I think at the end, you'll have a good understanding of what it takes to do web development. And then from there, you can make an educated decision on whether or not you want to spend more time and or money in pursuing it. So those are there. Now, if you're already into web development and you're looking for some cool projects where you follow some steps, you end up with a project, and maybe during that process, you get the creative juices going to where you can extend that project or maybe create something brand new. I have links to that go to tutorials that go to the Vonage developer platform. I'm a JavaScript developer advocate at Vonage, and part of my responsibilities are look over tutorials to kind of make sure everything's still good with them. So, for example, one of them is you follow the tutorial, you create this web application that has an input box and a call button. You put your real world phone number in the input box, hit call, and your real world phone will ring, and you'll be able to have a conversation back and forth between the web application and your real world phone. Then there's one that's the opposite, where you get a virtual number. You link that to the you get the virtual number, you link that to the web application you create following that tutorial. And then from your real world phone, you can call that virtual number and answer in the web application and have a conversation back and forth. Then there's one where like two users like log into an application and one can call the other through the browser and have a conversation back and forth. So I think those are pretty cool. So those are there. Hako will come back to show and tell sign up. If you want to come up here and talk about something you found interesting on the internet, feel free to do so. Show and tell sign up will walk you through that process. Now, Hako. Hako stands for help a coder / creator out. It's a thing I made. If you get stuck working on what you're working on, you can create a Hako, which is a room. They can then invite people to join the room, and the hope is that together as a collective, you're able to come up with a solution and or feedback on a thing that you're working on. So if you click view Hako, it shows you all the different Hakos that have been created. You can click the creator's name to open a Twitter or GitHub, depending on what they logged in with, to check out the profile to see whether or not you'd like to request to join the room. I also added this filter by keyword list. So there's a specific subject or topic that maybe you're looking for. Maybe it's in the list, and you'll be able to narrow the Hakos down by that. Now, when you click create a Hako, you're presented with this form. You put in a title and 3 keywords. You click create, and it'll generate a unique URL that you can then copy or click to share to Twitter. Now, when you join your Hako, it looks like this. We got the title here at the top. On the upper right, you can leave with the leave button. Open the menu for some more options. We have a text chat here to the right. We'll come back to that. On the left, we have another countdown timer, counting when the next break session happens. Again, like 15 minutes after the hour. You can then copy the URL again. And again, you can click to share to Twitter. Now, when someone clicks your link to join your Hako, like I mentioned, they just don't automatically join your room. They're going to be requesting to join your room, so they'll show up under pending. You'll be able to click their username to open up Twitter or GitHub, depending on what they logged in with, to check out the profile to see whether or not you'd like to approve or deny them. Now, if you do approve them and they turn out to be a terrible person, you can always ban them and kick them out your room. All right. Now, you as the owner of the Hako, only you can share your screen, because again, the point of the Hako is for you to get the help and or feedback on a thing that you're working on. And I think by being able to share your screen, you'll be able to show others what it is that you're seeing and be able to provide the context for them to be able to get you the help and or feedback on the thing that you're working on. Now, like I mentioned, the way you communicate through the Hako, we have a text chat. You put your message here towards the bottom, hit send, it'll add it to the list of messages. Now, I also added the ability to enable audio chat. So anybody who has their audio chat enabled will be able to speak to and hear each other. But don't worry for the folks who don't have audio chat enabled. They'll still be able to follow along, because messages said in the audio chat will be turned into text and put into the text chat. Now, I also enabled the opposite. We enabled text to speech. So if you're not looking at the text chat and you're maybe on another tab, you'll still be able to follow along, because messages put into the text chat will then be read out aloud by your browser. So that way you can still follow along. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Again, check out all the different Hakos that have been created. Cool. That is it. All right. Nice. Let me stop screen share. I'm going to get y'all back to work so I can get back to work. I'm actually just getting started. And so some of the things I want to get done, I'm almost complete. I think I know the final modifications on some stuff that I want to finish. So I'm going to try to get those printed so I can test those out. Then also, I'm going to print. One of the things I already kind of have ready, I need to print that. I need to get some images for the other part of that. So I want to get that done. And then there's a whole printer I need to set up. And so, yeah. And so I can try test that out also. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But I want to at least get it set up. You know what I'm saying? So I know that I can just click print like tomorrow and try it or something. Or depending on how late it is, I might try it here. So with all that being said, hopefully you make some progress on the things that you're working on. For right now, let's get into this work session. I'm going to send you all off with some traveling music. This right here is Nujabes featuring Apani B. The track's called Thank You. Thanks for hanging out. See you like 15 minutes after the hour. Till then, I wish you much productivity. All right, y'all be easy. Thanks. Peace.
Let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I thank you all for showing up to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank you all for showing up to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. But let me start from the heart. I just want to stay. I thank you all for showing up to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank you all for showing up to me. I appreciate